Welcome everyone to top 4 match number 2. We have Tom K on Lunalight versus Roselle on Sky Striker, and this is probably going to be the hardest match for me to commentate because, I think the Sky Striker cards I can commentate over them very well at this point. Although I'm not the best Sky Striker person to talk about who plays good and who doesn't. Versus Tom with Lunalight. I might know how they would end ideally on the combo, but man, I really suck at at trying to actually know the cards' names and everything. So we are going to see Roselle activate the engage, grabbing herself a copy of the multi-roll. That's what it's called. And then multi-roll will be activated. Now, does Rosalie have anything? Looks like she is just going to activate the second copy of engage. So, will we see the third one? That would be incredible. Here we see the Widow Anchor be added to her hand. And now, what will we see from here? Afua is going to be activated. Okay. So I think the good thing about this matchup is that Roselle doesn't have to actually play into the full loss at all. She can just maintain some control. Sorry for the noise, by the way. I have to move my microphone. She can maintain control without the Sky Striker monsters, but also she doesn't have to give him that many draws. However, she will go ahead and activate the Call by the Grave, negating the Fua permanently for the next 2 turns. And now she's going to summon out the Rose. Rose is going to link summon for the Kagari. Kagari targeting the Engage in the graveyard. And now if Roselle wants, she can go ahead and set up the non-interruption here with the multi-roll to get a third spell and potentially get some draws. We'll see if she finds it worth it here. Now, if I were Roselle, how greedy would I get? I think I would get as greedy as possible. However, she chooses not to actually utilize the multi-roll effect to, prevent activations. Here's the thing, though. The multi-roll now has 2 spells that it has utilized, right? Because I think it gains... not gains, but gets the opportunity to set cards from the graveyard, Sky Striker spells, I should say, up to the number of spells that they ended up using in the turn. But, this is neither here nor there, as right now we are going to see her stay relatively conservative and go end phase search for probably a Lemon's Gate. But it ends up being the Link Age. And then the Link Age will be utilized here, targeting the Shizuku. Ooh, so she's doing some old combos, making the 0. From here, she's going to go ahead 0, search for a card, and then still in the end phase, she can multi-roll set one of the cards that is in the graveyard, probably being a copy of the what's his name? What's that card's name? Link Age. There we go. Oh, actually, it looks like she will go ahead and utilize the Widow Anchor, negating the copy of 0, and then setting it with the multi-roll instead. So she has a lot of interruption here at this very moment. She has Monster Pop, Summon 2, she has Widow Anchor, negate and take. A lot of good things going for her right now. How will Tom respond, though? That's the real question here. We know that he is going to start the turn with 5 cards because, unfortunately, he did have to drop a Fua. But, again, that's not the worst thing in the world. You know what I mean? It could have been he dropped the Fua and then got nothing out of it anyways and then lost the turn right then and there. But he's still going to be able to play. So let's see how this goes on. 2 very, very good players. I would say the odds of him winning in this matchup are relatively high, right? However, unlike Yummy, Roselle will be able to utilize the 0 effect to play around a Lunalight fusion. So here he's going to start with the Masquerade, and the Masquerade on activation, well, not activation, but it can dump a Lunalight monster from the deck, and then that can, you know, trigger lots of good effects here, such as the Silverhound and more. So he does go ahead, dump the Silverhound. Silverhound, whenever it's into the graveyard, you can special summon the Lunalight from the deck. And Roselle is going to allow that to occur. Not really worried about anything here. Let's see. He's probably just going to summon the Gold Leo, to be honest. Can't imagine that it would be anything else. Maybe the Kaleido Chick. And it does end up being the Gold Leo. So Gold Leo on summon can add for a Lunalight card, and then he has to discard a card from the hand. And that will be met with a Widow Anchor. So the effect will be negated, but he will go ahead and chain the Book of Eclipse here. That is actually really good, because he's going to now be able to dodge the Widow Anchor effect. And if Rosalie, see, the commentator kept calling her Rosalie, but like I see Roselle on the screen. I'm just gonna say Rosalie if it comes out. Rosalie can now also no longer take it, since it's no longer face up on the field. So I wonder how much more gas she's gonna be able to have in order to beat this matchup. In my opinion, it would probably be really tough. Looks like Tom's taking his time, though, debating on what to actually add to his hand. I wish I could tell you, because, you know, I'm not very well versed with the Lunalight deck. I just know that the end board is, you know, either Liger plus Baguska or double Liger and Baguska. But he will grab the Yellow Martin and discard it. And, I mean, oh, Lunalight Fusion is going to be activated on the field. So if there is a monster on the opponent's field that is summoned from the extra deck, it will be able to basically be a Shaddoll Fusion. Will Roselle tribute the 0? And she does, so that the fusion does not get any benefits, and unfortunately Call by the Grave is utilized here to negate the 0. And I mean, what else can you really do? You can't really play around that card. Like, that card is always going to get value. Oh, but we will see a Lemon's Gate be activated here to shuffle back the 0 amongst many other cards. Looks like just the Engage and the 0. I don't think that she'll be able to bounce cards anymore, but yeah, she only decided to shuffle back 2. So wait, really? It was 3? Huh, maybe I missed one. But yeah, okay, so bouncing back the Gold Leo to the hand. And now it looks like he doesn't have any more targets for the fusion spell to resolve, which means that his turn effectively ends here, doesn't it? Because that means he just doesn't have enough bodies. Oh, but it's not over. Lunalight Perfume is activated, and I think this is a Monster Reborn, basically. So, oh, you know what? She didn't return it with Lemon's Gate. She popped it with the. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so now we see Gold Leo, you know, get summoned again. We're gonna see Black Sheep. I think this one searches for a Poly. Does she have anything else? I mean, I would say no. So, this is probably over. Depending on what Tom can set up. I mean, he can special summon out the Leo Dancer and then normal summon the Gold Leo, because the Gold Leo was not normal summon at all. But Ray will activate her effect to make the Kagari. Kagari effect to add back is going to be on the resolution here. And then what else can be done? I mean, you're kind of at the mercy of full combo at this point. Okay. Looks like Lemon's Gate has a graveyard effect. Um, I guess I can go ahead and look it up here in order to, see what it does, because I never seen this one. It says, if a Sky Striker monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card, and immediately after this effect resolves, link summon one Sky Striker Ace Link monster. Okay, so he's going to make the Zeke to banish the Gold Leo here, and I think that actually ends the turn of Tom, because the Zeke is going to banish them until the next end phase, I believe. Okay. So, I mean, Zeke ends up resolving, banishing the Gold Leo, because, I mean, he really has nothing that he can do. And Masquerade, I don't think can use its effect here. But, I guess, yeah, I mean, he's not out of options. Both players here showing that their decks are more than the cards that they have in their hands. Which is incredible, honestly. I did not think that the decks had this much grind at all. I would have argued that his turn is over, but now he has the wolf in order to have a miracle fusion, and I mean, like, yeah, no, that means he gets to make the fusion monster. I forgot what its name was, but that ends up being able to search here on summon, right? Yeah. Let's see, Lunalight. What's this one? Perfume Dancer. Oh, but we see Roselle is negating the effect and taking the monster here. But Yellow Martin is still in the graveyard, so he can add the wolf back special summon. But I think that's it here. I don't know that there is very much else that he can do. But again, he's been able to play through all of the interruptions that Roselle has. So I think Tom can show us what the deck can do even further beyond. Does he have an effective normal summon though? He's looking over, seeing, whether it's worth it or not to keep playing, I believe. Looking at these spells, I mean, the fact that he has access to Kagari, I'm sorry, she has access to Kagari means that she'll be able to play next turn and go off on Tom. So, perhaps we might see a scoop phase incoming. Okay, so end of the turn. The Perfume Dancer goes back to Tom's field, and I mean, yeah, that is going to be the end of the turn. Roselle is going to be able to go ahead and draw for turn. I don't remember what she has in hand, if at all, but we'll be able to hopefully see a closeout of game number 1 here. Let's see, so she's looking over her graveyard, going to see if she is going to be able to finish out the game here. Probably not with the amount of monsters and bodies that Tom has on the field, but I mean, surely he is going to be able to at least live one more turn, unless there's just some secret sauce that I just haven't seen yet. No, yeah, I would just have to see it to believe it. So we are going to see okay, yeah. I guess I should have known that Engage was in hand. Engage is going to be activated here to go ahead and search for a copy of the Linkage. This is also going to allow Roselle to draw a card here and just get some more advantage. I mean, there's just so much that this deck is able to do. It feels like I could not keep up myself, but that's why she is the expert and I am the viewer. Otherwise, yeah, no, you could not You cannot convince me to try it out. Although it's kind of convincing me here. Now we're gonna see the Foolish Burial Goods send the Metal Foes fusion so that she can go ahead and draw. Man, I did not think that that card was still utilized nowadays, but it looks like it's still, you know, popular. So from here, let's see what she's able to grab from the top of the deck. Judges just making sure that we get the final cuts ready. Let's see. Oh my god, she top decks the Engage. Oh yeah, she must be feeling wonderful. Let's hear the reactions.
We all engage in backhand.
I was too late, but my god, that was amazing. Okay, so now she's able to get another draw, and I mean, you know, she is on overdrive, and that's how my computer is feeling right now, because I have been uploading all of the videos from top 8 and now top 4, and the amount of rendering that I have done in the past few hours has been a lot. I know that my computer is looking for a break, but quite frankly, there's so much good Yu-Gi-Oh right now that I really do not want to stop recording or watching, and my god, am I tired. I'm probably gonna fall asleep at what, 11, 12, and wake up late as fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something for my sanity later, but we'll see what ends up happening. From here, let's see. We're gonna see Kagari be link summoned off of the Linkage, which is going to, funny enough, these cards are not once per turn. None of the striker cards are. It's gonna allow Kagari to now attack over the Gold Leo here, in order to deal a good amount of damage, and then she's going to be able to go ahead and activate the Linkage to break open the board here. Once again by attacking over the Yellow Martin. Looks like instead though she'll do Hayate to attack. So, oh okay, it looks like Yellow Martin gets banished because it summoned itself from the grave. And okay, now we're gonna see another Linkage for 0. Attack, tribute. Oh my god. Yeah, she kind of went a little too quick. She didn't declare the effect, but yeah, this is yeah, lots of damage, and that is game. Holy crap! Linkage is just an incredible card, dude. We'll be right back with game number 2. All right, so here we're gonna go to game number 2. We are going to go ahead and see Tom probably going first here. Now realizing that the amount of interruptions that Roselle puts up is actually very effective. So now we're going to see the Foolish Burial Goods. This is going to send probably the Serenade Dance, right? And it is. I think Serenade Dance, when it gets sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can trigger it, banish it to special summon a Lunalight monster from the deck. And at the moment, I don't see the Sky Striker deck playing any sort of, what's it called, any sort of, you know, hand trap. So I think we're going to see Tom be able to go ahead and activate his Lunalight cards without any interruptions here. Which is probably the thing that he should have done if he had won the die roll last turn. So here we're going to see him discard for the Serenade Dance, which is another copy of Goods. Then special summon out the Gold Leo to potentially have added the Masquerade, discard the Gold Leo, and now we're going to see him dump the Silver Hound from the deck with the Masquerade. Silver Hound special summon Kaleido Chick, and then Kaleido Chick to dump a copy of the Black Sheep effect to... what does Black Sheep do, actually? If this card sends I don't even know. I'm just going to assume that he added it with Gold Leo and then discarded to search for the Poly. And that's actually what it does. Yeah, that's insane. So now we're going to go ahead and see Polly be utilized to probably summon the what's his name, the Perfume Dancer. And then Perfume Dancer is going to go ahead and search along with Masquerade to allow him to, I think, fusion summon from the graveyard here. Or rather, using materials from the graveyard. I think that added him the Perfume, but we'll see here in a moment. It's hard when you have to keep up with all of these cards, right? Like, this is a matchup that I should know off the top of my head because I played against it in locals like a few times, but it's like when you don't care about a deck like that much, you just don't care. Like, you'll forget all the effects. Anyways, here we saw the Lunalight Perfume special summon out the Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick is probably going to dump a fusion monster this time. We'll see if that ends up being the case. And that does dump the Leo Dancer. From here, we are probably going to see... Well, that's a good question. What will we see? Okay, well, we're going to see the activation of the Tiger to reborn a monster. Probably the Yellow Martin, but it ends up being the Black Sheep. And then we're going to see... What ended up bouncing that? Oh, okay. So, actually, no, I don't know. I'm just going to trust in the process. So he summons out 4 monsters, making an Appaloosa. Nah, Jake, just kidding. I wish. What is he going to make, actually? Okay, so he's just going to fusion summon straight up for the Liger Dancer. And then we're going to see him... add these cards back, I think. Yeah, the deck does so much that I at the moment cannot keep up with, but it looks like he added back a copy of the Gold Leo plus the Poly. Now, I think at this point in time, he'll be able to use the Poly to fusion summon for another copy of Liger Dancer. And I think he also has Tiger to reborn, Yellow Martin to summon, so he can end off the Baguska. But is the Baguska that effective against a Sky Striker deck? Maybe not. But what he can do here is make a Dugares and dig deeper for cards like the Black Gold Labs, probably for something like an Anti-Spell Fragrance. I mean, there's a lot of options here. Now the Kaleido Chick is summoned, and now he's going to be able to dump again with the Kaleido Chick here, which is going to allow him to dump another fusion monster to the graveyard. I can't quite tell you what that was. And now from here, yeah, I mean, I think you just go Dugares, detach 2, draw 2, discard 1, and then make the other Liger Dancer. Because, I mean, how does Sky Striker out double Liger Dancer? It has to be tough, right? Looks like he is going to make the Dugares, detach 2, shuffling his deck, of course, you know, common courtesy, and then we're going to see what he ends up drawing here. Let's see. Both players shuffling the deck, cutting it, and then I mean, he would have to draw like something to prevent Roselle from being able to play, so that we can go straight to a game number 3. However, a lot of these games have been long. A lot of the videos that I have been rendering for the channel have also been incredibly long. And I am tired, but you know, if Rosalie can break this board, I mean, she's staying in the game for a reason, right? So she must not be afraid of what Tom can do here. So it looks like he drew 2 cards, discarded the Silver Hound. I think Silver Hound is a spell negate as well in the graveyard. And now he's going to activate another copy of the Perfume to go ahead and special summon out a copy of the Kaleido Chick. Is he going to dump again? Oh my god, yes he is. Looking through his graveyard to debate on what he wants to send here, but I don't think that there are many options left. He sends a Gold Leo. And I mean, at this point, he activates Poly and Fusion summons, right? Or maybe he can go for a Cross-Sheet play. I don't know. It all seems a little odd. Okay, so we make an SP. From here, what else? Okay, now we're gonna go for the Poly, banishing a copy of the Gold Leo, the Leo Dancer, the Black Sheep, and what else? And the second Leo Dancer in order to fusion summon for the Liger Dancer. And that is it. That is the board. Now, it'd be insane if Rosalie had like a sphere mode. That would be crazy. We're going to see her cut her opponent's deck. Judges doing the final cut here. And let's see what she got. I can't imagine that Striker can do anything. I mean, after all, Liger Dancer is unaffected by all of these cards. I see no sphere mode. Okay, Chicken Game activated onto the field, and here's the thing. Liger Dancer only blows up special summon monsters on the field. SP Little Knight only banishes monsters from the field. And Chicken Game, I believe, says that the player with the lowest life points takes no damage, right? So currently, so long as this card is able to stay on the field, Rosalie can potentially stall out the game. I don't know how relevant or how effective this will be, but the fact that Tom, used up an SP Little Knight means that he has used an out to the Chicken Game. But he probably plays other cards such as Tornado Dragon and, stuff like that. So we'll see if, Rosalie ends up, looks like he has a ruling dispute over the Chicken Game. No, nothing. Okay. So Foolish Burial Goods will resolve, and now we're gonna use the Metal Foe Fusion to shuffle it back and draw a card. Let's see what else Rosalie can bring to the table, but I can only imagine that there's not gonna be much here for them. Alright, here's an engage. I mean, again, is there anything here that can push Rosalie to success? I mean, I truly think she should just scoop him up. And yeah, there we go. We'll be back with game number 3. Alright, the long-awaited game number 3. Tom versus Rosalie. And honestly, if Rosalie goes first, I believe she might have the best chance of winning, but I just don't imagine that she has any other... Oh, is that the Water Spirit Art trap card? Okay, that's kind of insane. So Rosalie is going to go ahead and use the Striker Ace Ray, tributing it to special summon out the Zero. Zero is going to go ahead and utilize its effect in order to for her to be able to go ahead and add the engage. From here, we will see Drollin Lockbird be activated on the end phase, and I mean, you probably feel bad here as a Striker player, and I mean, yeah, there's no other way for you to really get back into the deck at this point. So Rosalie is going to have to pray that Tom does not have a playable hand, or that she has more than enough interruption to win, essentially. It's not impossible, but it's rather difficult in my honest opinion. Here we are going to see the judges do a final cut. And then we're going to see Rosalie set quite a few cards. Only 3, and that's going to be it. That's going to be a pass. In other news, really quick, while we wait for Tom's turn to start, some card shop sold the Mega Evolution box from Pokemon a whole month early, which is crazy, but these cards do look nice. Anyways, back to Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to see Fractal be utilized. So Fractal can dump any Beast Warrior, I believe, to the graveyard by sending it to the grave as cost. So that's going to send the Silver Hound. Silver Hound is going to go ahead and now special summon a monster from the deck, a Lunalight specifically. And I mean, I can only imagine that this would net him the Gold Leo, right? Rosalie looking at the card here, debating on whether or not she has a response. But currently, this does look to be Tom's game to win. So Gold Leo will be summoned. Does Rosalie have a Widow Anchor to stop this card? She looks like she dropped the card on the grave, but yes, she does have a Widow Anchor to stop the Gold Leo. From here, what other responses or plays does Tom have? Because I know she has the Spiritual Water Art Trap card, so sooner or later we could see that be utilized here. Okay, so we are going to see a copy of the Foolish Burial be activated, and that's probably going to send the Gold Leo to, not Gold Leo, but the Yellow Martin, and that is in fact what we see. Yellow Martin can then bounce the Gold Leo to special summon itself out. Question is... Oh, okay, so he's going to add the Masquerade here, I think, off of the Gold Leo, right? Because I don't imagine the Yellow Martin has an effect here. Oh no, it is. When it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can add a Lunalight spell or trap from the deck to the hand. Okay. Rosalie now having to kind of watch her own demise, as she might actually lose the game here. Here we see Lunalight Masquerade be activated. Will she allow this card to remain on the field is the question. And currently we are going to see Zero activate and is not negated. So this is going to bring out a copy of the Rose plus the Ray from the deck, and then pop, I think, any card on the field. So this is going to bring out the Rose. And I mean, I imagine she's gonna summon Ray. Oh, it looks like she can summon Ray from the graveyard and then pop the Masquerade. Okay. On resolution, she's going to go ahead and utilize the Sky Striker Ace Ray to summon Kagari, and then use the Spiritual Water Art Aoi to look at his opponent's look at her opponent's hands. God damn. And hit the Lunalight Fusion, or oh wow. Oh no, it doesn't matter what she hits here. She loses. Right? Unless, like, what else could she have? See, that's not even like that good of a hit. Oh no, Rosalie is in trouble, dude. That Lunalight Fusion might pack more of a punch than she thinks. Oh my god, this is actually terrible for her. Okay, so, I mean, if Tom weighs his odds properly, he should see that victory is imminent. So, he's going to activate the Perfume, discard the Silver Hound to search for a Lunalight. It's funny how Perfume has Luna Light and not Lunalight. I wonder if that causes problems for the deck. But this is going to be able to add him a monster, which could be the Tiger, honestly. We very well may see a Lunalight victory incoming. Alright, this ends up adding the Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick is going to send a fusion monster to the graveyard. Can't quite tell you what it was, but it's probably a Leo Dancer. And it is a Leo Dancer. And then from here, activates the Lunalight Fusion to fusion summon here. Can he utilize cards from his grave? No, right? Ooh, but we're going to see the Black Goat Laughs. And that's going to be met by the Silver Hound, which is going to negate the Black Goat Laughs here. And he's going to be able to summon the Perfume Dancer. Perfume Dancer Chainlink 1. And I think that's the only thing here, right? This is going to add him a copy of Lunalight Perfume. And then Perfume is going to use its effect to reborn the Kaleido Chick. Or not. Yeah. Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick effect can now activate its effect to dump another card to the graveyard. But where do you go from here? Because I don't think he has a way to game in this position, right? Okay, so she's going to use the Dancer to bounce the Kaleido Chick, I guess, and then banish to grab the... Okay, so that's the Miracle Fusion. Miracle Fusion for Liger Dancer, it looks like. Okay. Oh, wait, can he attack twice? I don't know if Liger Dancer can attack twice. Oh, yeah, I think this is game. 38. Yeah, that's GG's. Lunalight going to the finals. Insane. What a wonderfully played game by both players here. That was a wonderful match, honestly. So I'm very happy to see this. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you back in the finals. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing.